this. Hello friends, today I have the October Scrawler box, so it's got some mystery art supplies in it, and I'm going to open it up, find out what's inside, and hopefully draw something cool. And... oh, I see pastel colors. Ooh, okay, I love pastels. Not the art supply, but the colors. So here we have the artist of the month, and this is some of her beautiful art. Okay. Oh, we have a little Derwent pastel sharpener. So it looks like a basic sharpener, nothing too fancy about this. It looks like the barrel might be a little bit shorter for doing wider lead, if that makes sense. All right, also I see the candy, which is menthol and eucalyptus. What does it look like? Oh my gosh, it's so massive. I've never seen anything like this in the US. I'll be interested to try that. Here I see a pencil. It is black and white, a Staedtler Tradition HB on eraser on one end, lead on the other, you know, your basic pencil. Ooh, what is this? The Koi coloring brush pen. Does it write in white? I wonder if it like smudges things. Does that make sense? We'll have to read about that. I'm not sure what that does. And then finally, we have 6 fine art pencils. We've gotten something that looked very similar to this, I think in another Scrawler box, and it had several colors in it. So let's see what's inside here, because nowhere on it does it say what's inside, except that there's 6 pencils. So I'm hoping there's some fun colors, maybe some pastel colors. Oh, yep, I'm right. Looky. So we have some light, fast Derwent pencils. So we have yellow ochre, mid ultramarine. This one is, ooh, sandstone. Champagne. And one, oh, 2 more. One is called wheat, and this last one is midnight black. Oh, and the sticker. I did it. There's also a Scrawler box sticker. Here we have the menu, or the list of art supplies. Okay, yeah, it says this is a blender, so I assume you use it to blend these pencils together. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I want to experiment with this. Okay. Oh, and then of course it mentions the paper. If you've watched some of my other subscription art supplies unboxings, I much prefer when they provide paper, which Scrawler box almost always does. Ooh, this feels weird. Can you see the texture? It almost feels canvasy? I don't know. Oh, let's read about it. It says it's a mold-made, wood-free, acid-free, 130 GSM sheet in 2 colors. So here we have like a yellow-toned one and then a plain white piece. I think I'll swatch these quickly in my sketchbook just to get an idea of the colors. Those 2 colors are very similar, except this one's like a little perkier and brighter. Seeing a lot of warm tones here. We'll have to blend them together too and see. And then we have this one random blue color. Oh, this is a gorgeous color scheme. Oh, you can get a bit of a gradient there. Should do that with all of them. Now I really want to test out the Koi coloring brush pen. See how well that blends things. Alright, not seeing a significant change. Oh wait, I don't think this paper can really hold up to this. I'm not sure what this is made out of, because I use Copics on this paper all the time and it's fine. This is the Elo sketchbook. Boop-a-da-boo. And it does not like this Koi coloring brush pen, for your information. So why don't I just grab just a piece, like a corner of the fancy paper, see if I can get it to blend out. So let's grab 2 different colors. I don't want to take up too much space because I do want to draw on the paper. Try to blend it a bit before going in with the Bren. See if we can blend that. Okay, that's beating up the paper too. Okay, is there instructions? Am I doing this right? The odorless water-based solvent facilitates smooth blending and layers of colors. Try lightly softening and blending your pencil colors with this handy pen. I think that's what it says to do. Unless you're supposed to like lay it down and then go over it with the pen. I see a difference, but I'm not sure. If anyone knows how to use this, let me know. I don't know if I'm doing it right, because it's just eating the paper. This is the yellow ochre. We'll blend that into sandstone. Try to blend that better. Alright, now that there's like a thick layer of pencil, I'm gonna try this again and hope that will protect the paper. Do you see a difference? Do you see anything happening? Maybe I should watch a tutorial. See if there's anything like that. So this video uses this with watercolor pencils. I don't think these are watercolor pencils. These are oil-based pencils. I actually have some watercolor pencils right here. That was unplanned. So why don't I try this blending brush with these and see what happens. Let me just write this stuff down so I don't mix it up. And then... okay. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Okay, see, that actually does something. I am seeing a definite difference. But I mean, they're watercolor pencils, so that makes sense. But look at how well you can blend that. I'm liking the results on these watercolor pencils a lot better than with the pencils that Scrawlrbox provided, so I don't know if there was like a change of plans halfway through or something. I don't think this is meant to be used with those, but we're gonna do our best to create something with the supplies provided. So I'm gonna put away these watercolor pencils. It says these pencils, their light fastness lasts for up to 100 years in museum conditions. The smooth texture of its revolutionary thick core can be sharpened to a strong point for detailed drawing and give a dense color application, which brings vibrancy to your work. They can even be used with the medium, giving painterly effect when dissolved. Oh, is that what we're supposed to... I wonder if we're just supposed to take this. There's a little bit of watercolor pencil in the end. Let me try and get that off. See how the watercolor pencil has like attached itself to it, and I can use it sort of as a marker? I wonder if I can do the same thing. Let's use blue, since that's so different than the color that's stuck on it right now. Okay, looks clean. Let me see if I can just do this to get a painterly effect. It's still more yellow. I'm not seeing a whole lot of blue. If you draw over the wet space, it doesn't really leave much pigment, whereas if you go on a dry spot, it does. So I'm kind of confused. I think they just, I don't know. Did they originally mean to provide watercolor pencils? Because I'm not seeing a whole lot of results with this, which is disappointing. So if what you draw with these can last for up to 100 years, that means they could last for just long enough for like a nice prophecy in a fantasy novel, right? Oh, did they give me a prompt? I feel like Scrawlrbox always gives you a prompt. Maybe I should double check that. Oh, here on the back. So the Scrawler Challenge prompt is washed ashore. What about a kid picking up seashells on the shore? Use all of the orange tones for like the character in the sand, and then there'd be the blue for the ocean. Oh, here's an idea. I'd have to look up a reference of a seashell. But for a thumbnail, this is probably fine. Do a little color block down here. See if I like this for any color scheme I could come up with. I really want to use this toned paper. I think that'll be more fun. A little bit more out of the ordinary. And I think I've got an idea of what I want to draw, so we're gonna work on that now. I thumbnailed a few things, but I think I finally came down to a idea that I want to go with. Something I noticed while playing with these is that this pencil really smudges when it comes to using these on top of it. So if I use this for sketching, I'm gonna have to like fully erase it before I'm gonna be able to put these down. So this might end up being a disaster. But I'm gonna give it a shot anyway, because I want to be able to erase my sketch in case there's things that don't look quite right and I need to alter them. Just go in then, shall we? It's always that first mark is the scariest. I want this to be very fluid, so I'm gonna draw my line of action here. And then, see, let's have a face looking this way. Seashell, block out the basic shape of the seashell. Those major parts. And then it has the opening, and then it gets a little pointy at the bottom. The eyes would maybe be there. Okay, following this line of action, we can draw the body here. This, well, let's see, do we want to angle this way or this way? Let's try this way, it's a little bit more. See how the head's turned right, so we're going to take the shoulders and turn them left to give it more, more this, you know, fluidity, I guess. Now I gotta be careful, because these art supplies are light fast up to 100 years, so this might be my only living art piece in 100 years, so I gotta make this good. See, I want her expression to be more like, I don't know, enjoying the experience, and right now she looks kind of angry. If we open her eyes wider, maybe just give her a big smile. That definitely makes her look more inviting, right? Now the head looks too small. So I'm not in love with the face, and the face is a pretty big deal. Any better? I'm gonna keep going until I get one I like. Or until I admit defeat. Whichever comes first. I wonder if I should try to draw her hair wet. I've never drawn wet hair before. This would be like slightly curly, right? And it would be heavier, so it's going to be flat and squiggly. extra shiny, right? But now we have all this extra space, which I kind of left for hair. She's got her hair up in a bun, soggy bun. I don't know. I'll leave it there and I'll just let it be and see what I think of it in a little while. Now let's work on making this hand bigger. Oops, wait, that looks like a turd. Let me try that again. There's a lot of stuff going on here and I can't really see what I'm doing. I might have to start over. I really want the shell to look good because it's kind of important. I want the hole to open up here though. Does that look more right? Does that look more right? Did I just say that? Okay, let's work on this hand. I want to see more of the shell, and before the hand was covering a little too much. Open the hand up a bit more. Something like that. Definitely never drawn a hand in that position before. Why don't we start on the hips since there's not much to it? Like it's one big shape for her legs. Start lightly and see what happens. So fill out the shape. First very lightly so I can maybe add some definition. And maybe blend the colors. Oh, hip shine. Champagne. Which one's that? This one. Try to blend these together. Interesting. Add another light layer of this and see if I fill in some of these sections. Okay, let's start with that. I might want it to go darker, but for now we can leave it like that. I actually really like it with the darker line on the outside instead of using the black. So outline each shape, just press harder. Looks pretty cool. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what color I want the bathing suit to be. I'm leaning towards blue, but I'm gonna leave that option for last. Then I'm going to move on to, let's just keep doing the skin since that seems to be working really well. Blending with champagne. So the color I'm using is sandstone and then I blend it together with the champagne. It's crazy how different the color looks after you go over it with the champagne. It like dulls it down a bit. And blend that out. Same process. I don't know. I just needed to put it there so that I could finish coloring in the skin. There we go. Maybe we could use, we could probably use blue for a little hairband up here. I don't know if you've ever went swimming with a bun in your hair, but it's usually a mess. This isn't a very logical drawing. Alright, seashell. Leaving the face last because I'm so scared. Figure out where this sketch was. And this big section here opens up to the hole in the shell, to the pointy bits. I don't know what they're called. Prongs. Be filled in very darkly. There's no light coming from there. I'll probably use that same champagne color to blend this. Light. Let's try wheat. Change it up a bit. Let's try adding in some black. Try to darken that up. I don't know if we want it too dark because it'll distract from everything else. Actually, I want that to be bluer. It's a little too pale. There we go. Got a seashell of some kind. Seashells are so intricate and beautiful. They're very difficult to draw. And for a first attempt, I'm gonna take it. This looks pretty good to me. So yeah, her ear isn't directly on the hole, but maybe she's just placing it to her ear. Let's redraw the polka dots in. Alright, I keep putting off this face. I'm not quite done with the bathing suit, but it's kind of creeping me out, so I need to finish this. Yeah, I'm losing something here. It's coming to fruition. Didn't help. That made it worse. Try to outline it all in black. Blend that all out. Yeah, I do not like the new face. I wonder if I can erase them out. Let's see. Let's try add this mouth in again. Seems a little better maybe. Oh, I can't go back to the way it was, so it doesn't really matter. Kind of blew it right at the end. No, that's a bummer. See if I can try and fix this by adding the black, the midnight black on top. Making it worse, aren't I? Oh well. Now I gotta commit. Half of art is experimenting and finding out what works and what doesn't. And how are you gonna find out what doesn't work if you don't make some mistakes, you know? Too bad this is the only piece of art that's probably gonna last in 100 years. I could just shred it and then I'll know it won't last. I think my last attempt at using colored pencils turned out a little bit better than this. Like, I really like this hand. I think that turned out really nice. Just add a little bit of blue back here. Ooh, anytime you accidentally grab just a smidge of the black, it just smudges everywhere. I'm so upset about that face. There's really nothing I can do to fix that. So I'm just gonna have to call it. This is why I use regular pencils. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I use pencils a lot. I have a lot more experience with pencils, so I'd be able to draw something that resembles more of what I'm intending to draw with a pencil. Whereas with these big chubby oil pencils, I've never used them before, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. What I didn't use was this. Let me just try to go over some of these places where it's not quite blended. See if I can get anything to happen. Not seeing anything happening. Definitely not solving any of my problems. Guess you're not a miracle pen. I wonder if I could draw a new face and tape it on top. Can I trace it? I don't have a light box, or this would be... What if I turn my phone on? Just a random Google search. Oh, hey. I wonder if I could just avoid the pencil. Here's my second attempt at the face. I think I'm improving. Well, I kind of did something completely different, but I wonder if I could just cut this out and then just glue it. The white paper definitely makes it look completely different, but bad. Why does it look smaller? I need to sharpen this. And it'll just tape that right in there. Ta-da! I fixed it the best I could. Okay, now I'm a little happier. Now I can look at it and not cringe at my mistake. There we go. If it was the same color paper, it would have worked a little bit better. But other than that, hey. I'll take it. Works for me. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed going through this October Scrawler Box with me. I had a lot of fun. I'm kind of disappointed this didn't really do anything, but I'm excited to try this with my watercolor pencils in the future. I want to thank Scrawlrbox for sending me this box for free to try and share with you. If you're interested in getting your own Scrawlrbox subscription, I'll have the link in the description along with all of the supplies listed. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of bubbles. Bye!